Our lamb have 4.54 million years of life and it many other life forms on it that have obviously become extinct and others that have evolved and are still part of our ecosystem. Of the numerous group of extinct human beings is part of the powerful and armitage dinosaur. The dinosaurs were huge reptiles that inhabited our planet Earth for 160 million years. In the Mesozoic and were found in the superior of vertebrates. So the word dinosaurs comes from the Greek and means terrible lizard. The instincts. Richard Owens was there one who said there term in 1841 because for him it was his lizard that established respect and admiration. The Apatosaurus dinosaurs had the long necks. The dinosaurs is the animals biggest in the world. The bigs called fly to hide. Dinosaurs are asleep at the moment of wanting to go for their food. They had totally large height. Were different types of dinosaurs from the large ones like the Ultrasaurus that reached 50 meters when it stretched its head outwards like giraffes do. Even the smallest ones like saltpole, which measured approximately 50 and 90 centimeters, was the smallest dinosaur and was a small picture of a rabbit. The were hit credible necks and long tails. The small were the size of an elephant. The dinosaurs were tall all to this day. Dinosaurs, unlike their ancestors, were able to stay and improve their locomotors skills due to changes in their hind limbs, in taps through small arms, but with through large legs. They used their talons as defense, but they could not stay in bed for some long winters of feeding fossils against playing an important role for scientists to discover how dinosaurs feed. The most important information in human being the animals, depth and shape, along with the disposition of the halves. Herbivores had flat tip, whereas the tip in the carnivores were curved and closed, thus penetrating more into the flesh of the prey. With the fossil found, it was also discovered that the carnivores had a large head with a muscular neck, so they were supposed to have a strong big tap allowed them to their of good protection of meat. On the hand, the herbivores had very long necks, and in this way they often fought in the tall tops of the trees. The most accepted theory suggests that dinosaurs dominated the planet around 160 million years ago. The dinosaurs could run, jump, but could not fly. Dinosaurs could reach trees, but they could not climb. They can eat, but they cannot help themselves with their hands. Some can swim, but cannot fly. Dinosaurs appeared in the mid-Triassic period about 245 million years ago and lived until the Cretaceous period about 65 million years ago. Dinosaurs became extinct some 65 million years ago, possibly caused by the strong impact of the meteor.
The end of age of the dinosaurs involved a sharp change in the Earth's history. All the dinosaurs disappeared, but did they leave any descendants? Of the five large groups of current vertebrate animals, fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals, it is known that fish and mammals evolved much earlier than dinosaurs, although they cannot be their descendants. As for reptiles, birds, and mammals, and according to fossil found which say reptiles, crocodiles, turtles, etc., and birds, the living close the dinosaurs. Not many know that the dinosaurs further make on Earth because when the meteorite fell, many birds were able to dash them, remaining alive with the need to reproduce. They were creating new species like the birds that we have today. It is not well known how many dinosaurs survived this strong chain of plant, but we have many animals more descendants of dinosaurs. An example of these are swordfish, shark, crocodile, and several species of reptiles that still have strong shells and strong spines of thorns with which they attack their victims. Some species feathers that help thermoregulation from this group evolved the last. The birds were bigger than now. The birds can fly and run, but it can swim. As from reptiles, the living close the dinosaurs. The reptiles are now much smallest. Some dinosaurs can fly, but it can run. Some reptiles like the snakes can swim and climb, but it can fly. The crocodile is reptile biggest. In the reptiles is more dangerous than birds. We can conclude that there is not exhaustive evidence in fossils to support the theory that birds descend from dinosaurs. Some specimens of theropod dinosaurs showed certain avian features, but the simultaneous presence of typical dinosaurs and bird features in certain fossils does not necessarily indicate the existence of a common ancestor, nor that birds evolved from a group of reptiles. The evidence is equally consistent with the independent creation of a variety of lines of birds and dinosaurs, many of which become exist at some time in the past. The fossil record suggests that both types of organisms were contemporary, of that some organisms had characteristics of both groups. Probably both the theropod dinosaurs feathered and many birds were buried during an intermediate stage of the Genesis flood. Their agility in the land and or in the air, due to the low density of the bones, as well as the geographical location of their natural habitats, could have favored their conservation. The Mesozoic layers, which are intermediate in the helical column.